amazing morning already. I don't know where you are in the world. I don't know when you're watching in the world, but I can tell you that today, January 3rd, 2023, has already just started off absolutely incredible for this guy right here. And my hope is that it's incredible for you as well. Listen, we're going to talk about getting organized today. We're also going to get an invite. That's not the right word. We're also going to, we're going to get a guest appearance. That's the right word. Jordan Peterson is going to join us today with some of his wise words. I'm also going to share with you some of the goals, personal and professional goals that my team has, because I want you to be a part. I feel like you're a part of the team, so I want you to know some of their goals. We're going to tap into that a little bit. We're also going to talk about the big I guess it's like a 3,000 square foot dumpster that's sitting out of the back of my house right now. All that and more, you are here with me in the 800% Club. Thanks for being here. Let's go. Good morning and welcome to the 800% Club, where we bring people together, equip them with the tools they need to succeed, and inspire you to be the absolute best version of yourself that you can possibly be. It's 5:30 a.m. and that means that it's time to rise, evolve, and make an impact together. Hey man, now that we got like that intro right there and there's that picture of me in the suit, I'm feeling very underdressed every morning. I just gotta say, I never used to feel underdressed. It was a morning show. I'm like, hey, I got the hoodie on. I'm getting ready to go work out. Everybody else is probably in their PJs too. I just felt like that was the thing. But now they got this new intro. They got me all in a suit and shades and stuff. And I'm looking at it and I'm going, I should probably put some clothes on for this show. Hey, good morning. Today is Tuesday. That's right. Today is Tuesday, January 3rd, 2023. And what's crazy is today is the very first and the very last time it'll ever be Tuesday, January 3rd, 2023. So I want to make sure we make the absolute most, and I do mean the absolute most of this absolutely incredible day. I always love Tuesdays. It is Taco Tuesday in the Lundy house. We will go to my mom's house tonight. That's right. We'll take all the babies, 7 of them. We're going to take 7 babies. We're going to go to mom's house, and mom and Everett are going to make us some tacos, and my wife and I are going to watch Jeopardy and Wheel of Fortune while my mom chases the kids all over the house. It's going to be absolutely spectacular. We absolutely love it. And not to mention the tacos themselves are absolutely phenomenal. So it is Taco Tuesday, and right here, right now, I do want to ask, and I need you to drop it in the comments, your response, whether you're on Clubhouse, whether you're on YouTube, whether you're over on Facebook. And my question for you is this: how are your resolutions going thus far? How are they going? Just put it down. Great. Or awesome. Or good. Or I didn't make any. Or I already blew it. All right. Ramon says no resolutions, but doing more of the same, just better. Tara Murney says great. Christine Jones says kickoff. Dora Maria says amazing. Don Sankey says I don't do resolutions. Bella says great. Alicia Watts says I didn't make any. I don't do resolutions. It's funny, right? Because it's kind of all over the board, right? Some people are like, do the resolutions. It's awesome. Other people are like, don't do a resolution. Just be the baddest you could possibly be every single day, right? Like everybody's got like a little different personality to it. The way I look at it is any opportunity for you to challenge yourself towards greatness is a great opportunity. That's the way I look at it. If a new year for you, if you're like, hey, it's a new year and you're going to challenge yourself into new ideas, man, I love that. I love that. If you're like, nah, man, that ain't my thing. I just challenge myself all the time. I love that too. Congratulations. Nancy O'Neill says no resolutions, living in the now daily. Tisha says no resolutions. Liza says no resolutions, just my word for the year and new goals that I will reach. I love it. Beautiful group of people, all right? Beautiful group of people. So listen, I hope that whether it's a resolution, a goal, a challenge, a target, a belief system, whatever it is for you, I hope it's going well. I really, really do. You see, I had my team send me their personal and professional goals, which is, I know, something that many of the leaders that I hang out with, that's what they do. Right. And I just copy other leaders, just so you know. I don't know if anybody's told you this before or not, but like, I'm like 5% original thought, 95% I just take from other leaders, other successful people, studying Jesus, stuff like that, right? So I had my team do their personal and professional goals, and I got them back, and they were really phenomenal. And I wanted to share a couple of them with you in case maybe for you, you're like, looking at, well, what should I really target in 2023? Or maybe this is something you want to do with your team or the people around you. Me and my wife sat down with our kids. We sat down with our kids on January 1st. We said, hey, it's a new year. What are some goals that you might have? Right. And Fisher wants to learn to ride a bike and to read. Right. Meredith wants to be a soccer star. She wants to learn how to play soccer, right? Joel also wants to become a master over in the world of soccer. Savannah wants to get better handwriting and be better in school, which we had no idea because we thought she hated school, right? So it's amazing when we just ask the question, what are your goals? What are you trying to do, man? We can figure out so much. So I asked my team, and one of them said, Happy New Year, Glenn. I'm excited for 2023. My personal goal is to get closer to God, to get engaged and become the best version of myself that I can be, to get my physical appearance up, my morning routine, and keep myself accountable. I thought, wow, that's a teammate I want on my team right there. And obviously we must be doing something because he sounds like somebody I know. I got another goal, or another one here said, my personal goal, I have many, but one that's really challenging for me is reading. I couldn't tell you the last time I read a book. I'm going to read one book per month at minimum. I believe this will really help me sharpen my skills. I thought, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Let's go. How cool is that, man? When you got somebody on your team that says, hey, look, I haven't done this in years or more, but I'm inspired to challenge myself to do so now. I love that. Another one said, my personal goal is to become a better person. I know that might sound cheesy, but God is working inside of me spiritually. I want to be strong. God is always on my mind. I read that and I thought, oh my goodness, that's what I'm talking about. Jesus all around up in this company. That's what I'm talking about. I got another one that said professional goal, level up my skill set in design and development through further education, deepening my knowledge of the systems needed to execute my duties, establishing a relevant role within the organization. First step, get a grip on what the hell you all are doing and how you are doing it, so I can approach each task with the knowledge needed for the greatest impact. This isn't brown nosing. This is an opportunity to work and learn more about some of the things I'm most passionate about. This is a dream, and I've already started. See, those are the types of words I want coming out of my people. I don't know about you, but I want my people to say, like my boy Malcolm yesterday. He said, dude, first time in my life after coming off of a week vacation, I just could not wait to get back to work. My personal goal is to be a better husband and father, strive to be more like Christ in my words and my actions. I also want to be the best version of myself that I can be to fulfill my full potential. This guy right here says, I'm grateful to have an opportunity to be a part of a team and hope I can be the best asset I can be myself. I enjoy creating in the supportive environment you give to your people. It's exactly what I've been wanting to be a part of. A lot of my friends just weren't on that same drive as me, and I felt like I was holding myself back. You've got the juice, bro. And I'm ready to level up. This one said, I want to help create more wealth for our company and for my family. I want to get you on more stages, create even better retreats, push harder. You see, I read these things and It truly is the core and the essence of what 800% Club is all about. And we're trying to get very, very clear on what this 800% lifestyle looks like. And it's like I was saying earlier over in Clubhouse, we've got a bunch of pieces of the puzzle and we're trying to put them all together. But ultimately, when I read those, I know that it's working. I know that it's working. You see, I love working with visionaries. I love working with dreamers. I love being around, as the Netflix culture would say, stellar colleagues. And that's what this is all about, this whole thing. We bring people together, champions, people like yourself that are ready to step up to another level, that are ready to challenge yourself beyond your current understanding of who you are, to shift your identity to a new place. That's what we do. We bring people together. We equip them with the tools that they need to succeed, and we inspire them to greatness. Not average, not mediocre, but great. GREAT. This week, we are in a series. This week, we're in a series called Today I Begin a New Life. And we're breaking down the steps required to truly tap into lasting transformation. It started yesterday with reflection. We talked about the importance of looking back in order to move forward. And today we're going to talk about getting organized. But first, before we do any of that, you know what we got to do on this show? You know, we got to do some dancing. We know we got to do some moving. We got to get these bodies in motion. Listen, an object in motion tends to stay in motion. An object at rest tends to stay at rest. So it's time for us to get rocking and rolling. Man, I was waking the kids up early yesterday after they've had this little vacation time, and golly, it was hard to get them in motion. I'm telling you, one of them I had to like yank them out of the bed, literally put them on the floor, hold their arms up like one of them puppets and them marionettes, right? Until they got their feet working and their eyes open. But listen, we got to get moving, man. So I don't care where you are in the world. I need you to get moving this one. Get that body in motion. Feel that groove. Start to feel that music moving through your soul. If you're out there working out right now, I want you to step it up a notch. Maybe you're running, you can run a little faster. Maybe you're working out, just pick up a few more weights. But let's get rocking and rolling. If you're over across the pond, it's like almost noon. Just do some dancing wherever you're at. Celebrate this thing called life. Because I got to tell you, friends, it's fickle. I don't know how many of you were watching football last night. Man, that poor gentleman and his family today. It's short. It's long, but it's short. So take advantage. Come on, let's go. Get moving. Get that body in motion. This is also the part of the show where I need you to hit that share button. All right? I need you to hit that share button because I believe if we can change the way people start their day. What's up, Scott Simons? If we can change the way people start their day, it'll make a massive impact on this planet. Fair enough? Fair enough. This is also the part of the show where I want to say good morning to you, Mr. Rick Tamburino. I want to say good morning to Pastor Jeff Moffitt. That's what's up. Gail Beecraft and Robin Price, thanks for being in the building. Trisha Rue, I see you up in here. Aaron Moore, thanks for being here. Liddy Paul, Debbie Dobbling, Waba is in the building. Vicky Everett, what's up? Christine Jones, Sean Weatherby, my guy Don Sankey. What's up, Doug Thurston? Thanks for the stars. Angeline Moore is up in here today as well. That's what I'm talking about. Tara Murney, that's my girl. What's up, Marilyn Wilkin? How you doing? Dora Maria with the tacos. Look, that's what's up. I see that, Dora Maria. I love it. What's up, Melvin? How you doing, Coco? Williams in the building. Mindy's in the building. Dominique's up in here. What's up, Randy Aber? Mr. Nathaniel Banks. Have you guys seen the transformation in that guy? He went from a good looking, like just a normal good looking guy. Then he was like, you know what? I don't like my own body right now. Then he went through this whole transformation. Now he's competing. I mean, but Nathaniel's got to be what? My age, Nathaniel? How old are you? Older? Are you? I mean, we're in the 40s? Maybe. I don't know exactly how old you are. I can't tell because you look so dang good. But now he's competing. The dude's competing in fitness competitions and stuff. Like, it's crazy, right? Great to see you, man. What's up, Mike Strong? I'm glad you're here as well. Hey, thanks for being here with me. You are all a part of the 800% Club. And we've got a branch in automotive where we're out there making an impact, making a difference. And so if you're he's 50. Nathaniel Banks is 50. Holy crap, man. That's amazing. You look incredible. Incredible. Listen, if you're an owner or general manager of a car dealership, come hang out with me. 25% increase in sales in the next 90 days. Yes, I understand that there's inventory shortages. Yes, I understand there's a recession going on. Yes, I understand all of those things. But what I also understand is that there are dealers, over 140 of them now in our network, that are seeing increases in volume of 25% or more in the first 90 days in our program. Doesn't matter what's going on the outside. This stuff just works. So click the link, schedule a call. Let's talk about it. Or head to 800eliteauto.com and learn more. Either way, I want to help you grow your dealership 800%. Let's go. And now it's time for the Morning 5 quote of the day. Hey, check it out. Woke up this morning, grabbed my Morning 5 planner like I do every day. If you haven't got one of these things yet, you better get yourself one. It's like Bill Cosby in the picture pages. You don't want to be watching this show and not have a planner. Grab your Morning 5 planner. I grabbed it this morning. There was a quote from my friend Emily Gowler. And the quote says this. It says, laughter is a smile that bursts. Laughter is a smile that bursts. What I love about this quote is it comes with Emily behind it. Like, Emily has been a part of our community for an incredibly long time. And when I think of Emily, that's exactly what I think about. Like, you can't look at Emily's face and not smile and burst with laughter, right? So thanks for starting our day off with a smile, Emily. You're an incredible, incredible human being. Thanks for being a part of our community. And that's the best part about the Morning 5 planner, dude. I'm telling you, you pop it open, you read the quote at the top. It makes a difference. It makes an impact. If you don't have a powerful morning routine with the Morning 5 planner, I need you to get on that because it matters. All right. I'm going to bring my guy Jordan Peterson in here. He's going to talk to us this morning, and then we're going to wrap this up as we talk about getting organized and how important it is in 2023.
So imagine you're dealing with someone who's hoarding. Now, people who are hoarding are often older or neurologically damaged, or they have obsessive compulsive disorder. But then you walk into their house and there's like 10,000 things in their house. There's maybe 100 boxes, and you open up a box, and in the box there's some pens and some old passports and some checks and their collection of silver dollars and some hypodermic needles and some dust and, a dead mouse. And there's boxes and boxes and boxes like that in the house. It's absolute chaos in there. Absolute chaos, not order, chaos. And then you think, is that their house or is that their being? Is that their mind? And the answer is, there's no difference. There's no difference. So, I could say, well, if you want to organize your psyche, you could start by organizing your room. If that would be easier, because maybe you're a more concrete person and you need something concrete to do. So you go clean up under your bed and you make your bed and you organize the papers on your desk and you think, well, just exactly what are you organizing? Are you organizing the objective world, or are you organizing your field of being, like your field of total experience? And Jung believed that, and I think there's a Buddhist doctrine that's sort of nested in there, that at the highest level of psychological integration, there's no difference between you and what you experience. Now you think, well, I can't control everything I experience, but that's no objection because you can't control yourself anyway. So the mere fact that you can't extend control over everything you experience is no argument against the idea that you should still treat that as an extension of yourself. Well, let's say you have a long-standing feud with your brother. Well, Is that a psychological problem? Is that him? Is it a problem in the objective world, or is it a problem in your field of being? And it's very useful to think that way, because you might ask, what could you do to improve yourself? Well, let's step one step backwards. The first question might be, why should you even bother improving yourself? And I think the answer to that is something like, so you don't suffer any more stupidly than you have to. And maybe so others don't have to either. It's something like that. You know, like there's a real injunction at the bottom of it. It's not some casual self-help doctrine. It's that if you don't organize yourself properly, you'll pay for it, and in a big way, and so will the people around you. And you could say, well, I don't care about that, but that's actually not true. You actually do care about that, because if you're in pain, you will care about it. And so you do care about it, even if it's just that negative way. It's very rare that you can find someone who's in excruciating pain who would ever say, well, it would be no better if I was out of this. Sort of pain is one of those things that brings the idea that it would be better if it didn't exist along with it. It's incontrovertible. So you get your act together so that there isn't any more stupid pain around you than necessary. Well, so then the question might be, well, how would you go about getting your act together? And the answer to that, and this is a phenomenological idea too, it's something like, look around for something that bothers you and see if you can fix it. You can do this in a room. It's quite fun to do it just when you're sitting in a room, like a room, maybe your bedroom. You can sit there and just sort of meditate on it and think, okay, if I wanted to spend 10 minutes making this room better, what would I have to do? And you have to ask yourself that, right? It's not a command, it's like a genuine question. And things will pop out in the room that you know, like there's a stack of papers over there that's kind of bugging you, and you know that maybe little order there would be a good thing, and you know there's some rubbish behind your computer monitor that you haven't attended to for like 6 months, and the room would be slightly better if it was a little less dusty and the cables weren't all tangled up the same way. And if you allow yourself just to consider the expanse in which you exist at that moment, there'll be all sorts of things that'll pop out in it that you could just fix. And you know, I might say, well, if you were coming to see me for psychotherapy, this easiest thing for us to do first would just be to get you to organize your room. You think, well, is that psychotherapy? And the answer is, well, it depends on how you conceive the limits of your being. And I would say, start where you can start. You know, if something announces itself to you, which is a strange way of thinking about it, as in need of repair, that you could repair, then hey, fix it. You fix 100 things like that, your life will be a lot different. You know, I often tell people too, fix the things you repeat every day, because people tend to think of those as trivial, right? You get up, you brush your teeth, you have your breakfast, you know, you have your routines that you go through every day. Well, those probably constitute 50% of your life. And people think, well, they're mundane, I don't need to pay attention to them. It's like, no, that's exactly wrong. The things you do every day, those are the most important things you do. Hands down. All you have to do is do the arithmetic. You figure it out right away. So 100 adjustments to your broader domain of being, and there's a lot less rubbish around and a lot fewer traps for you to step into. And so once you've got your mind and your emotions together, and once you're acting that out, then you can extend what you're willing to consider yourself and start fixing up the things that are part of your broader extent. It's a very interesting thing to do. I like the idea of the room, because you can do that at the drop of a hat. You know, you go back to where you live and sit down and think, okay, I'm going to make this place better for half an hour. What should I do? And you have to ask, and things will just pop up like mad. And it's partly because your mind is a very strange thing. As soon as you give it a name, a genuine aim, it'll reconfigure the world in keeping with that aim. That's actually how you see to begin with. And so if you set it a task, especially, you have to be genuine about it, which is why you have to bring your thoughts and emotions together, and then you have to get them in your body so you're acting consistently. You have to be genuine about the aim, but once you aim, the world will reconfigure itself around that aim, which is very strange. And it's technically true. You know, the best example of that, you have all seen this video where you watch the basketballs being tossed back and forth between members of the white team versus the black team, and while you're doing that, a gorilla walks up into the middle of the video and you don't see it. It's like You know, if you thought about that experiment for about 5 years, that would be about the right amount of time to spend thinking about it. Because what it shows you is that you see what you aim at. And that, man, if you can get one thing through your head as a consequence of even being in university, that would be a good one. You see what you aim at. And so because one inference you might draw from that is, be careful what you aim at, right? What you aim at determines the way the world manifests itself to you. And so if the world is manifesting itself in a very negative way, one thing to ask is, are you aiming at the right thing? Now, you know, I'm not trying to reduce everybody's problems to an improper aim. People get cut off at the knees for all sorts of reasons. You know, they get sick, they have accidents. There's a random element to being, that's for sure. And so you don't want to take anything, even that particular phrase, too far. You want to bind it with the fact that random things do happen to people, but it's still a great thing to ask.
Organization, cleanliness, systems and processes. Listen, I have had the honor and the privilege to step into the offices and the homes of multiple billionaires on this planet. And one thing that I find fascinating is that all were pristine. All were orderly. All were organized. Now listen, dude, my house, that house is chaos. Honestly, it is, man. We just had a flood last week down there in the basement. It was nuts. My house is chaos. I've got 7 children. They are everywhere. Like literally, they're everywhere. You can't turn anywhere without there being children anywhere. Willow likes to collect rocks. You got other kids that are at our house all the time. My wife's, I'm like, how many kids are here today? My wife's like 14. I'm like, okay, 14. At any given time, there's 14 children in my house. Right? It's chaos. It really is. Like I am not the guy that's going to sit here and tell you my house is all pristine and stuff, because it's not. It's not. But hear me out. That chaos and that lack of organization and lack of cleanliness at times causes anxiety. It causes anxiety for me, but even more so, it causes anxiety for my wife. The chaos sometimes causes negative energy. Sometimes it's the spark for arguments or regrettable conversations. Like the clutter can sometimes cause overwhelm. It can cause my wife to feel overwhelmed, like there's no end in sight and she just wants to get back in bed. Like, honestly, it's not the ideal environment. I love my kids. I love laughter. I love memories. I love all those things, but I'm just saying it's not necessarily the ideal environment, having door handles broke around every corner, having stuff that you're stepping on at all times. It's not an ideal environment. And so recently we went ahead and bought one of them big old dumpsters. Last week, as a matter of fact, we bought one of them, not bought, but rented one of them big old, like huge, massive dumpsters, like 3,000 square feet or something. And guess what? Last week, we filled it up. We filled it up. We filled it up with old furniture. We filled it up with toys. We filled it up with things that were broken. We filled it up with things that weren't broken. We filled it up with things that were dusty. If we had not used it in a year, we threw it out. And it was so therapeutic. Oh my gosh. It felt so good. Man, it felt good. As you head thanks, Jean Paul. As you head into 2023, I challenge you to let go of what no longer serves you. It could be people or a person or a job. It could be furniture or junk or stuff. It could be beliefs or bad habits that you've picked up along the way. Dude, let it go. Clean up your space, and it will transform your life. And here's the best part. You deserve it. You deserve it. You deserve to walk in your power. You deserve to exist in your greatness. You see, you and I are children of God, the God of the universe, the God that made everything. And that God made you and I to be the best versions of ourselves that we can possibly be. Not average versions, not a little bit above average or a little bit below, but the absolute best versions of ourselves that we can possibly be. And in order for us to step into that space of the absolute best, it requires a sense of order. It requires a sense of systems and cleanliness. All things that we see when we look at our Father. When you look at the God in the heavens, you'll see a rhythm. You see systems. You see order. And that's what we are called to as well. Does that sound fair? Listen, thanks for joining me here this morning. We're going to talk about this a little bit more over on Clubhouse. If you want to come join us over there, you're welcome to do so. We're going to go talk about that a little bit. If you're watching this on replay, you can always join us on Clubhouse from 5 a.m. until 1 o'clock in the afternoon Eastern time for more motivation, education, and inspiration, right? And if I don't see you there, I'll come back again tomorrow, 5:30 a.m. We'll be back here. It'll be CMA day tomorrow. We'll be back here again tomorrow, 5:30 a.m. We'll do this all over again. Right here on right here in right here in the 800% Club. Listen, I love you. I do. If nobody's told you that yet today, I want to be the first. I absolutely stinking love you. So get out there, make some decisions, and transform your life. See ya.
That's the mindset I'm in.